Trigger Wingmantle. Ooh, Lunarch veteran. At what point does the opponent pack to Birdlaw? Hello, my very good friends. Today we're going to answer a question that you probably didn't even know to ask. And that question is, can I make it to the Pro Tour playing just birds and walls, like a bird wall defender deck? When I said you didn't know to ask that question, you were like, I literally would have never known to ask that question. So Jim Davis posted a video. Jim Davis, legit world championship competitor, Star City assassin, all the decorations, Goblins Grand Prix top 8 competitor Jim Davis posted a video last week with this deck. I changed 2 cards. I'll tell you what they are in a second. And I watched it. I was like in love. Jim played 3 Faithbound judges, and I just didn't play a lot of Crimson Vows, so I don't have a lot of Faithbound judges. So I refused to wildcard more Faithbound judges. So I played a Coral Colony in my main deck and a Surge Engine. And I'm like, a Surge Engine is also a wall that's mythic. That's got to count for something, right? And a Coral Colony is actually pretty sweet. This card mills the opponent for however many walls you have. There's actually probably a lot of matchups where you just beat someone with Coral Colony, so I'm like, this can't be that bad. If I were to play this more seriously, I would probably wildcard the Faithbound judges, because it's a mythic wall that sometimes can attack, I suppose. 4/4 for 3, flying, vigilance, that's a good set of rate. Anyway, how's this deck work? This deck... The payoff, there's 2 payoffs. One of them is Knight-Errant of Eos. So this card has been going around a lot of different decks. Andrew Cuneo posted a white weenie deck that had a bunch of like small creatures that generated an additional bit of value, like they make an incubator token or something, and then you're just like convoking a Knight-Errant of Eos. This card is constantly drawing a bunch of cards. So this card costs 5. Most of the creatures in this deck cost like 1 or 2. So if you just convoke a couple of guys, you have a good chance of picking up 2 creatures on a Night Captain Invoke. Certainly, if you convoke all 5 of its casting cost, then if you turn over a Night Captain, you can take that. Right. So this card is one of the 2 big payoffs. And the other one is Wingmantle Chaplain. So we talk about winning with just birds and walls. Like, I wasn't kidding. Like, Wingmantle Chaplain, weirdly, is the payoff of this deck. It's a 0/3 wall. It's got Defender, right? And then it makes birds based on how many defenders you have. So the payoff is Wingmantle Chaplain, and the kind of the machinery, the guts to get there is all these crazy walls. So like Captive Weird, Defender. Larder Zombie, Defender. So by the way, when Jim made his video, the first game he won, he was just like, his opponent lost to like a zombie eating pickles. And I think that he's actually eating brains, right? But I couldn't stop laughing. He's like, zombie eating pickles. So I'm like, I got to try this deck. So if you take nothing away from this video other than a zombie eating pickles being hilarious, that's what made me fall in love with Jim's video, and I made my own video. I have a lot of Larder Zombies because I play a lot of Midnight Hunt. Every single time Midnight Hunt is legal on Magic the Gathering Arena, I go and cash in my like 95% win rate in Midnight Hunt Limited, and I quickly Mythic. That's how I maintain my Mythic standing every season. I just wait for Midnight Hunt to come in, and if you ever wonder, like, hey, how do you get really good at Limited? I don't know. I've been top 25 in Limited multiple times in my life, but, I wouldn't know how to tell you. But if you want to get really good in Limited on Magic the Gathering Arena, which is a different skill than being really good in Limited, I would suggest following Sam Black. Sam Black sent me a spreadsheet a year ago. I kid you not. Sent me a spreadsheet. I was terrible at Midnight Hunt Limited. I read the spreadsheet, and then I was immediately one of the 10 best Midnight Hunt players in the world. Like, I'm not kidding. Like my win rate in Midnight Hunt is unbelievable solely from reading the spreadsheet, right? So I just played like a bunch of meetups where like every player at the meetup was a Grand Prix top 8 competitor, and I like 6-0'd or whatever, right? Just Sam Black sent me a spreadsheet. Just say, hey, I want to be really good at this limited format. Just ring up Sam Black. He offers coaching services. In this case, he just gave me the spreadsheet because Matt Sperling paid for the spreadsheet. Matt had bought coaching services from Sam. So he'd already made the spreadsheet. He's like, here, check this out. So I checked it out, and then I was really good at Midnight Hunt. Anyway, I have a lot of Larder Zombies. So I didn't have to have the Faithbound Judge dilemma. So I'm not good at Crimson Vow. I nicely called up Sam. I'm like, Sam, can you make a spreadsheet for Crimson Vow? And I don't know, man. He didn't make one. So Walking Bulwark has Defender. Ledger Shredder doesn't have Defender. Lunarch Veteran doesn't have Defender. But these guys kind of help lace your deck together. They're cheap. 1 or 2 casting costs. Ledger Shredder. I mean, look, people play Ledger Shredder in one of the best decks in Modern, in some of the best decks in Legacy. So this creature can snowball in size. It's like not as good as Wingmantle Chaplain or Knight-Errant of Eos in this deck, but sometimes your opponent just has like a single big flyer, like a Rafine or I don't know, like a 3/3 or 5/5 Angel, and you just contain it with the Ledger Shredder. And then at the same time, you're just making a million birds with Wingmantle Chaplain. You win with those guys. Okay. This deck is an absolute riot, right? So the degree to which it will completely humiliate tier 1 decks is comical, right? So let's say you're playing mono red and you're like, I don't know, Phoenix Chick, and they're like Ledger Shredder. Right now you're like, do I really have to use, my lightning strike on that Ledger Shredder? Well, you do if you ever want to get in with Phoenix Chick, right? So you're like first turn Lunarch Veteran, second turn Ledger Shredder, or like second turn Ledger Shredder, third turn Lunarch Veteran Captive Weird or something. At that point, they're like, okay, this ludicrous clown has just gained 2 life, and I have no prospect of ever getting in, right? So Ledger Shredder just grew, gained a life off of Lunarch Veteran, and they have like, I don't know, 6 toughness or something on the battlefield already. 7 toughness. How are my poor 2/2s going to get in? There are some cards that are really good against you. So, for example, this deck is really bad against Gix's Command. So if you think your opponent is Grixis with Gix's Command, you just got to try to win as fast as possible, because you can't play like this sit there game where you're making a million birds with Mantle Chaplain, because you're eventually going to lose, right? So it's not the worst against like a white control deck that has like a bunch of sweepers. You can beat those decks, but you have to be like kind of conservative. Like you have Meeting of the Minds, you have Wingmantle Chaplain, you have these cards that are like, card advantage in and of themselves or can recover pretty well. So don't just dump all of your stuff on the battlefield if you're playing against an opponent with sweepers. But for the most part, like, mono black control, like what can they really do to you? They're just like, they make a Graveyard Trespasser. That's an outstanding card. I've argued it was the best card in Standard at some point. It's not very good against this deck. Just like make 3 birds and block, right? Like, are you really going to trade your beautiful Graveyard Trespasser with the back half of a Captive Weird? Like, that is the dilemma of the mono black player. Completed Conjurer. Drew a card already. Trade with my beautiful Graveyard Trespasser. Not what they want to do. There's a ton of good creatures that are just literally contained by your 0/3 and 1/3 walls, birds, golems, whatever nonsense guys you have. You just can't get in. They're like, I have a 2/2 for 1. I have a 2/2 for 2. 2/2 bad aggro deck. This deck's for the birds. Credit to Jim Davis. And we're about to find out, can you make the Pro Tour with a bird wall theme deck? Gonna play in a Standard event. If I get to 7 wins, that's a play-in point. You get 20 of those play-in points, you get to play in a tournament that if you do well in, you could potentially make the Pro Tour. So the thesis is, did Michael J get the play-in points? Could he do it 20 times? If the answer is yes to, some of those questions, you could in fact make the Pro Tour playing a bird wall theme deck. And that's the question we're trying to answer today. It's Unisec. Just how crazy are we? I guess we're a bird brain. Let's see if we can battle our way to the professional tour of Magic the Gathering using birds and walls. There's only one way to find out. All right. This hand is keepable. I'm going to play Deserted Beach in the first turn. Second turn, Ledger Shredder, and then we can play 2 cards the next turn. Buff Ledger Shredder. This is laying down the bird law. Bird mirror match here. Ren's Resolve. What do we got here? Lightning Strike and Kessig Flame Breather. It's not good for heroes. This guy. This guy. Then we'll get a Connive. I don't like not getting a little extra, but this card is too good. Well, we're going to take damage either way, so I think that we might as well do one of these. Come on, another Ledger Shredder. Well, I'll take Knight Captain. Take Knight Captain, for sure. All right, we actually need flying defense for this Phoenix chick. Oh, yeah! I have never been this excited in my entire life. 3, 5, play this. So we get a life from the Lunarch veteran there. And should go all the way? These guys aren't blocking anyway, right? Go all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we'll get a colorless guy. Oh, beautiful. Gain a life. And we got Lunarch veteran meeting the mines next turn. Invasion to Regatha. We're going to lose the Lunarch veteran for sure. Phoenix chick number 2. Deck, we need a 1/3 flyer, buddy. Okay, what are we going to do here? Lunarch veteran for sure, right? We need to start racing back. Take 1, gain 1 back with Lunarch veteran. Play this jobby. Attack here for 4. 2 come. They only have like 2 cards in hand though, right? Not counting this. They could flip the invasion given sufficient resources. Play with fire. Let's see what we can do about that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to gain a life from this luxurious Luminous Phantom. And attack the invasion. Put us down to... Ooh, we could trade? I'm not trading. This guy's going to be worth more than 1 life here. Lunarch veteran. Then I will tap this like this. New Lunarch veteran. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to get in for 5 here. Ledger Shredder, Knight Captain. That's exactly what we wanted. Phoenix Chick Containment Unit. 1-0. That victory was as a smiley face if ever there was one. Our bird beat the bejesus out of their birds. Take that, my favorite strategy. Take that, my beloved red deck. Bird law was laid down. Let's play another one. We just got 6 more wins to go. Play-in point. Straight to the Pro Tour on this. Straight to the Pro Tour. No play-in tournament followed by PTQ required. No 19 other play-in points required. Just 1, 7, and 2 or better. Lay down the bird law. Pro Tour. What do we got here? We're going to have to take one once, at least. If they're mono red, might suck. Maybe we'll draw Seachrome Coast. A lot of things might happen. So I have the one Coral Colony because I was too cheap to buy like a Defender of Faith or whatever it's called. You know the one I'm talking about. It has Defender, then it becomes like an enchantment for the graveyard from 7. All right, here's the problem. I think the deck that they're playing is our worst possible matchup. And in fact, a bunch of our cards, like Meeting of the Minds, are really bad against Shieldred. So we got to rock and roll as quickly as possible. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. You got it. One, two, three, five. Knight-Errant of Eos. I'll take 2. Notably, we can't cast our Wingmantle guy anyway. All right, so here's the thing. We're going to have to try to close this game out before they get to Gix's command. Riveter's Requisitioner. They discarded Go for the Throat. That means they have like no respect whatsoever for our deck. Hidetsugu and Chiari. Combo Mania. I mean, we can't kill a creature anyway. No biggie. I'm going to need to draw some land. Play this. Auto pay. Oh, I needed that land. That's so painful. It's painful in part because it would be sweet to cast like 2 Meeting of the Minds on their turn. They definitely are going to get us with Gix's command, right? Can we mill them? Oh, we could have milled them if we were smarter. If we weren't a dummy. What can we do? What can we do? Could we do this to them? Surveil their deck? Ugh! Alright, are we dead? Maybe we'll get like a card I don't know is in our deck but is good. Are we comboed out? Even if it's just Gix's command, we're probably in trouble. Singularity. Eep. Man, Coral Colony would have saved us this game. I mean, also, they're playing the dumbest version. Also, if we just left up Coral Colony mana, we would have gotten them. That would have been insane, actually. We're just like, mill you in response. They'd be like, I didn't plan for Coral Colony. That was the worst. That was officially the worst. We go first. I'm sad enough from how the worst that game was that I'm almost not super overjoyed by going first. Although, it is a pretty joyous occasion. They're playing the dumbest version, and they just... Like, who luck sacks into that combo on turn 4? Blockers! Straight up blockers. A block. How bad is it if they have to lightning strike this guy? All good. How do you feel about this? I mean, meanwhile, they probably have a way more dangerous creature, right? Well, I'll take this. They're playing Strangle, though. Not a fan. Just play with Fire Dome. 4 cards to 3, we have a Ledger Shredder. No blocks this turn. I mean, unless they're coming with a Squee, I'll block the 1/1. strike. Strike one. They're gonna be out of gas. Ooh, this is good. I mean, it'd have been better if we got more than one Wingmantle Chaplain token, but beggars can't be choosers, am I right? In other news, Mirrex might be online soon. Right now, the opponent's like, I can't believe I'm going to lose to this Bird Law theme deck. Are they going to play with fire our bird token? No, just Dome. 2 cards to 2. This is tight and tense. 16's a long way to go with nothing, right? Furnace Punisher. I straight up have 2 basic lands, friend. Ooh, I'll take that. So I'm going to go like Bulwark, Wingmantle, power this guy up, crash into you. This is a disaster for our opponent. It would be more of a disaster if we didn't have to discard Lunarch Veteran, but it's actually not that bad. I'll take 3 once. All subsequent attacks are for the birds, my friend. Take 0. One of these. This has Defender. Get a little trigger action here. Muchly defense. All right, this side doesn't get any bigger, but he can at least block. Rumble. So next turn, I'm just going to block with all my flyers. Like, let God sort them out, am I right? Feldon, sure. Wingmantle Chaplain's jumping straight in front of Feldon. Boom! 2-1. Bird Law. Laid down. Loved it. Loved every second of it. 2-1. Oh, man, I can't believe we got Hidetsugu and Kiari'd out. It was... I'm having a pretty good day, but that was the worst moment of my day, I would say. Go first. Seachrome Coast. All good. Go Ledger Shredder. Can't 2-spell or anything coming up. At least we'll get the Ledger Shredder down. I wouldn't mind Captive Weird next turn. Maybe we'll get like 2 things. If they're playing mono blue, like Wingmantle Chaplain might just straight up beat them by itself. I think I have to counter this. Sad to say. Pew pew, in for 1. Ooh, I like it. I like it. We can go Larder Zombie. Go Larder Zombie. Larder Zombie into a Convoke. We can just flip this. Ooh, a different Larder Zombie. That was insane. For our Larder Zombie theme deck. What do they do? Bounce one of the guys? Thirst for Discovery. So This is going to be their big turn. So we're going to exploit the fact that they probably can't 2-spell here. Haughty Djinn. We know this deck well. We can play Larder Zombie and then bait with Knight-Errant of Eos. I think that's what we're going to do. No, that's... Ugh, this is tough. We didn't have enough mana for that. Sorry. I can't let this resolve. Yeah. If they let that resolve, they pretty much lose the game. Maybe we should have just baited with Knight-Errant of Eos, or maybe we should have 2-spelled, or maybe we should have just Mirrex at the end of turn. Maybe Mirrex at the end of turn is actually the best play, which would have let us take 2 actions next turn, both of which, look, one of which for sure would probably have drawn a counter. Main deck, main phase flow of knowledge rather. That's reckless. We can only play 1 land. We've got a chump blocker here. So, in an ideal world, we can go Lunarch Veteran, Convoke for 5, Wingmantle. All in 1 turn. Wingmantle. See, that's like a playable card, though. I think we have to ship. Do we just like ship? Well, actually, what's the size on this? So we need to grow this to 4 power. All right, ship. This guy. One, 2, 3, 4. Grow this. Gain life there. Wingmantle. Lunarch number 2. Gain some life. I don't think they can get to 6 cards in graveyard this turn, so I'm not going to chump with the Ledger Shredder. They have a very operable number of cards in graveyard. Like, our big chance was like last turn, the turn before. If we could just resolve a Wingmantle, the game's probably going to be over, but that's a big if. What is this? Each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Then, oh, so... I guess I'll choose this. Who plays that card? I guess we're destroyed now? Did we get what we deserved? Are we deserving of pain and heartache? I've just never seen Mono Blue play this card. I didn't play around it as a result. Now I'm sad. I mean, obviously you're going to attack, brother. Maybe if I'm super lucky, they'll like attack, I don't block, and they play a second Haughty Djinn, and then they think they're in good shape. But in fact, what happens is I go like Wingmantle, Defender, Wingmantle, or whatever, Defender Wingmantle, whatever it is. I guess this, I mean, how many are you playing? I mean, this does beat Wingmantle, technically. It could. No block. Talarian Terror. Sweet. I can pitch Veteran. Grow this guy. Another Talarian Terror. Okay. I kind of need this to resolve. All right, that's game. I mean, I guess he could play that Consuming Tide again. But if they don't play the Consuming Tide again, this is just game. Discard a card. Do I have to? I guess I'll discard. I need defenders. I guess I'll discard Captive Weird because I don't want to pay the 3 life. I should have attacked. But I think this is game. Like 1-mana defender, please. I'll just done. 1-mana defender, great. On, in it to win it. Haughty Djinn number X, sure. Eot. Bounce Wingmantle. Negate. Oh! That was savage. Oh man, all my cards are gas. I guess we'll discard this because Knight-Errant can be multiple. Now he just contains one of the attackers. Lunarch. Captive. Discard the beach. Gain 1,000 life. Let's see. You are never blocking ever. 2, 3, 5. I want more Lunarchs. I actually need more. Defenders. Just play this for. You can get like a block in. Gain a little life. All right. This next turn or two is going to be crucial. We're going to gain a ton of life on the back. Man, this is exciting. Like Ledger Shredder could just straight up eat one of these Haughty Djinns. They need to have like a lot of things that can kill a flying creature to stay in this game. They don't have nearly enough attack to win the game this turn, I don't think. They have like 3 lethal flyers, though. Au contraire, mon frere. Maybe they've got us. I mean, 3 Haughty Djinns and 2 Tolarian Terrors in the first half of their deck. Is that about right? I think that's way above expectation. Can they kill us? We get a block here and here. I don't think they can kill us. If they can't kill us, I think they're in problems. Though we no longer have a lethal Ledger Shredder on defense. Oh, come on. Gain 1, 14 up. I think they beat us by 1 point. They beat us by 1 point. How many spells they cast this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do they even have that many spells that affect the battle? This is just some straight up BS. Consuming Tide. That was annoying. No fun. I think we were supposed to win that game. I think in any rational universe we would have won that game. Do you not understand we're trying to get to the Pro Tour using only Bird Law? We're going to major in Bird Law on the Pro Tour? Come on, 2 and 2. That means 2 people lost to us. We still have a chance. We just win 5 in a row. Anyone who hasn't gone 0-2 to start into 7-2 just wasn't even trying. Johnny Kickstand. I'm going to take it all out on Johnny Kickstand. I got to tell you right now. Keep 7. Keeping 7. Open on beach, so we can go to like veteran life gain immediately. Black. Evolved Sleeper. Well, Jonathan, you're not going to be super happy about this, but I'm going to have a creature that can contain your Evolved Sleeper. And I'm gaining a life. A 2-2, how droll. Gain 1. One, two, three. Come on, Wingmantle. Oh, we can't even get Wingmantle if we get it because we only convoked 3. I'll take Double Shredder. That's cool. What can you do? Make this Death Touch? Your whole turn. Your whole turn for 1/3 of a card. Cool. I'm going to play Mirrex for this because this might actually come online in a second. Oh no. Keep the island. Attack. Need to dig the Wingmantle. This deck doesn't play Gix's command. Obliterator, sure. Wingmantle. Bulwark. If we like go Bulwark Larder Zombie. Does that get us to Wingmantle? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? This is good. Take that. Grow these guys. Flip this guy while we have some open mana. Pew, pew! They might knock us down to 20 next turn. Oh dear, what will we ever do? Dig for Wingmantle, maybe? Graveyard Trespasser. That is a card that is going to underperform this game. Although we do have to be like a little careful about what we're discarding to Larder Zombies and Ledger Shredders. I'll keep this. Let's play this guy. Gain some life. Activate. You want to fight Graveyard Trespasser? I didn't think so. All right. Full card for half a card. I'll take it all day. And we're winning the race. How sick is that? Completed Conjurer. It's getting right in the face. Do this. See, if they eat our Lunarch veteran, that means that Completed Conjurer got to trade with their Graveyard Trespasser, which I'm happy for. I'll eat the Lunarch veteran. Why would you make that attack? Flyers in, veteran in. Soaring. Oh man, he's gonna make a 2/3. 2/3 is gonna spoil all of our fun. Bankbuster, sure. Oh, we grew. No, I wanted Knight-Errant. That would have been more fun if we had Knight-Errant. At some point, we might have to block that Phyrexian Obliterator. Oh, I'll take that for sure. We can send them all at Soaring. Well, actually, we just send 2 guys at Soaring. That's probably fine. I'll take that. Why wouldn't you block one? I'm just gonna... Should I just tap mana for this? 2, 3, 4. Maybe should have done that before. Maybe we'd have gotten more action if we had done it better. Probably. Just want more Wingmantle action. Reckon or Bankbuster, sure. Like, we're not actually in danger of dying to one hit from Phyrexian Obliterator, but it's going to be annoying at some point. We need, like, severe Wingmantle help. I'm going to put all these birds on this guy. You can only kill 2 birds. Sure. Larder Zombie. 1, 2, 3. Wingmantle. Eiganjo. No, I don't want Eiganjo. Evolved Sleeper. Non-card right now. Wingmantle. No, not good enough. Like a Knight Captain is good enough. Fateful Absence, I'll take that all day. Why don't you just do this right now before we lose the game? All right. For my next trick... I will send all these flyers. That Bankbuster is... Another Soaring the Mirthless. I'm going to stretch this game out. What can they do here? If it's a 3-3, they can make it a 4-4 and draw a card. But I don't think they want to this turn. Gain 1. Maybe we shouldn't have made that Lunarch veteran die. We'd be gaining twice as much life. Wingmantle. Nope. Do we have any other guys that we can do this with? Yep. One more try. One more at-bat. This is clearly going to be Wingmantle now. Or like something sweet. That's a card. Bring these guys over here. I'm going to hold Larder Zombie so that we can 2-spell next turn. Yeah, you missed it last time. All right, you're going to miss it this time too, I guess. Like, what's the point of making this if you're not going to defend from Ledger Shredder? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Ledger Shredder. I'll take that. Wait, if we take Ledger Shredder, we go Ledger Shredder, Larder Zombie, we're just going to discard a bunch of times, right? Still, a spell is good. Nighttime. Double time on Graveyard Trespasser. We need this is a defender, so we're gonna get some action. Liliana. This is like the world's worst Liliana. I will sacrifice a Mirrex token. A tapped Mirrex token, for that matter. Get in with this. Defend Lily. No blocks. This attack doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Gain a life. So they can power this up. They can, I mean, eventually, they can't attack this turn with it, obviously, but eventually they could. We're going to kill Liliana. I feel like we should dig away this Ledger Shredder. Maybe we should have done it on the last action. I'm so glad we did. Let's see, how much is this? 4. We can't do both. Trigger Wingmantle. Ooh, Lunarch veteran. At what point does the opponent pack to Birdlaw? They have 1 card in hand. So I'm going to be generous and send 2 birds at Liliana in case they have like a go for the throat. But presumably they would have... Oh, wait. Should we not do that? Should we just try to kill the opponent? They have 9 life. Yeah, let's do this. To have a better go for the throat. Yeah, they had it. So lose Liliana. I mean, they have a 0% chance of winning this game, right? I guess they could have Gix's Command. Gix's Command, they would have a pretty good chance of winning the game. But non-Gix's Command, I don't think there's any other cards that Mono Black plays. Gix's Command is more of a Grixis card. I'm just going to chump this non-trampling creature with one token. Boom! Mono Black took him down. Come on, little Birdlaw deck. Two more to make us... Man, Hidetsugu and Kiari combo deck. That sucked. That was the smelliest. And Mono Blue with Consuming Tide? Is that the name of that card? I just played a lot of Mono Blue in like the last 3 seasons. Like even before Worlds. You know, like Delver Mono Blues. Never before has a Consuming Tide been in my deck. And I don't think it should be in your deck. I posted my Mono Blue deck the other day. It did not have Consuming Tide. And then they had to still play 5 cards in 1 turn to beat 1/1 bird tokens. They should be ashamed of themselves. Ashamed, I say. Right now, their opponent's like, Captive Weird. This isn't the real deck. Is it? Are you going to lose to Captive Weird? This is a Mythic Uncommon. This is like Wingmantle. It's a Mythic Uncommon. Oh, man. Opponent DC. I'll take that win. Take that win all day. On the way to the Pro Tour, you take any win you can to try to make the Pro Tour. I won a PTQ in 1999. I spit you not. It's a Saturday, the day before Easter. So I drove all the way to the city of Detroit. I lived in Cleveland at the time, through like ice and snow to play a 9-round PTQ. That was a long PTQ in 1999. Like a 7-round PTQ was above average in length back then. But I played a 9-rounder. And wait, what happened? Oh, I'm so confused. I'm busy telling a story. I didn't cast my Ledger Shredder. What a buffoon. My opponent just discarded a farewell, though. So this is a meeting of the geniuses, clearly. Meeting of the geniuses, friends. Maybe someday I'll tell you the story. Okay, no, I'll tell it now. So, I won multiple rounds on like my opponent not knowing how their own deck worked, not knowing the rules. So, like opponent like forgetting to draw off their Urza's Bauble, stuff like that. So, I'm going into the finals, and this guy I don't know comes up to me. He's like, "I've seen you play all day," and I'm like, "Yeah, playing pretty well. I'm in the finals of the PTQ, 9-round PTQ." He's just like, "I saw how you got them. You're not gonna get me that way." And I'm like, "Okay, bro." And I don't even know what he means. Not gonna get me that way. He's like, the rules, get them on the rules. I'm like, all right. It turns out this person is a 2-time Grand Prix champion. Literal 2-time Grand Prix champion. So it's like turn 5, and he taps 4 mana to cast the card Nevinral's Disc against my beatdown deck. And I read the Nevinral's Disc. He's like, "Why are you reading that?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. Take 4." And I had the card Sphere of Resistance in play. And back then you had to take Mana Burn. And he's like, "Now I remember why I didn't cast that last turn. This is miserable. Are we going to lose to them discarding twice? Because we didn't cast our Ledger Shredder on turn 2? Maybe. We're telling a story instead of focusing on the game." Destroy Evil has text in this matchup. Spirited Companion. Can't get through these guys. Let's see. I'm going to play this. And then... I don't want this. Is it a race? I'll race you. We don't have any counter spells. Like if they have sweepers, we might be in trouble. In for 1 on this guy. Maybe we don't overextend. We'll go like Knight Captain next, like a big Knight Captain next turn, and then just call it. Just leave back everything else. They're laying down our captive weirds. That is weird. Ambitious farmhand. Not discarding Wingmantle. So, what are reasonable sweepers? I think we just like milk these cards. Like there's a version of Mono White going around right now that has like 4 main deck Sunfall, 2 White Suns Twilight, 2 Farewell. If we go here, we can do for 5 and then double meet. Faithbound Judge. 1 card after all that? All right, no more extension because we have all these things in hand, and then we'll just try to beat them with Meeting of the Minds. Just attack in the air. 6, 7, 8. This is 2-turn clock. Maybe they have Wandering Emperor. They might have Wandering Emperor. Yep. Table stakes, man. They didn't use it? I guess they have a sweeper. they have a sweeper, we're not going to cast anything else because they're dead to our battlefield. It's probably going to be Sunfall if they have a sweeper. Yeah, I'm just playing in such a way that we can Meeting in the Minds. Yeah, this is the slow version that has a ton of sweepers main deck. I really don't want to get... I really don't want us to have Captive Weird, I guess. He's also Defender, so I guess that's pretty good. That's big. So, Upshot, they only have 2 cards in hand. Just take this. We have a million life. Don't think they have another sweeper. I wish I had played my Ledger Shredder on turn 2 instead of telling half of this story about a Detroit PTQ in 1999. You gonna kill one of my Wingmantle Chaplains in response? Alright, so should be on a 3-turn clock from here. I think I'm going to play out my land because I only have 1 Ledger Shredder left in my deck. There's 3 in the graveyard, right? Or RFG'd. So the question is if we play Surge Engine. They have 1 Plains and 1 other card. Their card is not Wandering Emperor because of how they tapped. Could have a sweeper. I think I'm going to hold the Surge Engine. And try to kill them in 2 swings. Well, what's our counterplay? If they have a Wrath, of some sort of, I guess it really depends what it is. You basic checking me? I have basics. They're in play. They're just thinning? Spirited Companion, okay. They could have Union. They could have a sweeper. It's kind of a dangerous block. If they have Eiganjo, they can kill a Wingmantle Chaplain, which is no great thing for us. I don't believe they'll try to win the game with what's on the battlefield if they have a sweeper. That would involve them going pretty low. All right. Let's see. Attack. How long does this take to kill somebody? 3 turns? Okay, so if they have a sweeper, they can just beat us. I'm going to save Surge Engine. And hopefully, if we don't kill them with these guys. Oh, actually, maybe we should have played the Surge Engine because they have Union. Oh, they have a sweeper. Or a rebuy? Maybe they're just super thinning. So you're going to draw here. Like their deck has 7 more sweepers, if it's the version that I'm thinking of. But, like, if they do have the sweeper, we're going to be happy to have, like, Surge Engine back. And draw here. That's what I would do. So 2 thins and 2 draws to not lose the game to Birdlaw theme deck. All right, we're out. Is this upkeep? We have these rebuys also if they don't have a farewell. Did you lose a Birdlaw theme deck? White Sun's Twilight is poison here. Farewell. So glad I held this. Does this stop Walking Bulwark? Oh! Birdlaw! Birdlaw versus the first tier. I mean, what have we lost to? We've lost to nonsense mono blue and lost to the worst version of Grixis. Like, if we lost to a real version of Grixis, I wouldn't be that crazy, but we beat, like, mono red, mono black, mono blue. I mean, sorry, mono red, mono black, and then, like, the slow, super slow union version of mono white that just won a challenge last week. Come on, Birdlaw. Yeah, that was insane. Hasty little. Is that like Red Guardian? He had his like, you know, like in the Black Widow movie when she has like the white costume and she's got like her fake dad, Red Guardian, and he's like an off-brand like Captain America shield. It's just like, it's not a Captain America shield. It's like an off-brand Captain America shield that he takes off the Taskmaster. That's that guy, and he got in. He got in. Okay. I'll keep this. We need a white pip for this Knight-Errant, but we'll get there. White. Iron Apprentice. It's the nonsense decks you have to worry about. So we might get nonsensed out here. Might get nonsense. Oh, man. That's like rubbing up against a tier 1 card. If we draw a land, we're going to have like double Shredder hyper action, Knight-Errant super action. I need that. Bet you had this ability, Dusk Legion Duelist, but you don't. It's not an ability you currently have. Let's see here. We can go 1, 2, grow this. That's 5, 2. Probably end up discarding Ledger Shredder unless it's some garbage here. Yeah, I think we have to discard Ledger Shredder. We still need a land for Wingmantle. Iron Apprentice. Take one. This guy's going to do a lot of work. All right. How do we do this? Wingmantle's going to get us just 2 paltry guys this turn. I'll take 2 paltry guys, I suppose. This guy doesn't have trample, right? Has death touch as long as you have 3 more artifacts. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Battle. They have 1 card in hand. I can't imagine we lose this game. So they'll put counters here, draw some cards. Well, maybe we'll lose the game. Like, if they let us trade with Dusk Legion, I'm going to. Discard this. There's no way they send, is there? That's Death Touch. That seemed really ill-advised to me. Like, they have a Skrelv, which is going to allow them to control combat next turn. Like, they just like, they could have sent these guys. It would have been way better for them. Let's see. I want to attack with this, so play Captive Weird first. Make some nonsense creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we just spam the battlefield. At what point does the opponent concede? Otawara back. So we're just going to ensure ourselves having 2 spells next turn. That's all I care about. They have no attack. Yep. Are we break even? Diabolic Intent. We're break even. Oh my god, 2 wins to go. I mean, in my opinion, we already did it. Forget about doing it. But oh man, we only lost to nonsense. The worst version of Grixis. Like, just playing Hidetsugu and Kiari after Shieldred is already good. You don't need to have this stupid combo. Right? You could, like, Reed Duke's deck has, like, Chandra and that guy. No stupid combo. Just because those cards are good. Opponent goes first. We can Mirrex into Larder Zombie. And we have white for Knight Captain. This hand is kind of dodgy, but I think I'm going to keep it. Because, like, Larder Zombie can make the blue mana for Meeting of the Minds. And I think we're going to get there. I'm feeling it. And anyway, we already did it. Forget about doing it. We already did it. Going to elongate our sitch here a little bit. Sparrow's Headquarters. Is this green, white, blue Bant Legends? I think Bant Legends is probably a great matchup for us. Like, they would have, like, the Magpie for their creature defense. And we have, like, 1,000 nonsense guys. See, I told you we could get there, friends. Told you. I use Mirrex. Save a life point. Gain 1. How much does it suck for the opponent? They have, like, a Dennick. Their Dennick can't even get in. Humiliating, am I right? Rafine. I guess Dennick could potentially get in. Discard Thalia. No blocks. Larder Zombie. That's exactly as many guys as I wanted. Life gain over here. We're going to be playing Faithbound Judge next turn. This is bad for the opponent. Shieldred, sure. Oh, Shieldred's so good against our hand. Shieldred is so good against our hand. What is this for? They just tricked me. I thought they were going to play some awful green-based Legends deck, but they're playing the good black-based Legends cards. All right, draw. We need, like, Wingmantle. It's actually, they have to think about attacking now. I think they have to think about attacking. Slogurk the Overslime. I guess they do have terrible green-based Legends. Just going to swing with everything? I'm just going to try to kill Shieldred. Really what's important in life is getting to Wingmantle, which is the same in every matchup. Oh, he has Trample too? Oh, maybe we're outclassed. We can block there successfully. I think we'll block here successfully and then try to contain Shieldred. We are annihilated by an Eiganjo. Otawara. Equal levels of annihilation. Even if we get Wingmantle, I think we're behind Slogurt by too much. So we'll lose Knight-Errant. That was terrible. Yeah, I think we're just dead. You get a good game. All right. Concede. Okay, well, we didn't quite get there. But we got close, friends. I made my entrance fee back. It was exciting. I don't know. Can you get to the Pro Tour playing only a bird wall theme deck? I think maybe. I mean, that was our first try. I mean, legit, that was my first try. I didn't play like a bunch of events. I'm like, I need to hemorrhage a lot of gems in order to get one video's worth of content showing us winning with Bird Law. So that was my first try. You know, we got 5-2. I bet if we played like 10 events, we'd win 3. I'm just guessing, something like that. I don't know if I'm going to try that. But the question is, could you get to the Pro Tour playing bird wall theme deck? I think the answer is legitimately yes, right? So 5-2, didn't quite make the play-in point, but we have a lot, 59 play-in points. That we got 20 from the end of last season, so you know, I left you hanging after that one day. Did Michael J stay in high mythic, mid-high mythic? Sure. All right, let's celebrate. Let's claim our prize. We get 400 gems back on a 375 gem entrance. And we get some packs. What do we get? Squee the Immortal. What is this card? Oh, this is like from an old set. Pylon. I saw that in a good player's deck. Pylon. Forecasting cost, point removal card. Seems terrible to me. I don't care if it has Convoke. Seems terrible. 4 mana. Let's see here. Invasion of Arcavios, not my favorite battle. But hey, March of the Machine still has a ton of sweet cards. Like yesterday we talked about Invasion of Regatha. That was a sweet card. Let's say you need some sweet cards for March of the Machine, and you're not playing Arena, but rather you're going to be like, I'm going to get paper March of the Machine cards because I want to play Friday Night Magic. Well, you know where to go. CoolStuffInc.com. And while you're there, FLORES, promo code Flores for 5% off anything at Cool Stuff Inc. Anything. Doesn't have to be March of the Machine. For example, I buy hella old cards for pre-modern, and I always need more sleeves and stuff because I'm constantly building new decks. So get some sleeves, get some pre-modern staples because, by the way, the second you play a game of pre-modern, you'll be hooked. So shout out to pre-modern. That was Michael J. That was Bird Law. If you love this deck, I'll play it again if you tell me to. It'd be like, Michael J., I need to know if we can make the Pro Tour playing only birds and walls. I'll try. I'll do it for you. You got to tell me, though. Otherwise, I'm just going to, I don't know, play Mono Red or some version of Mono Red because that's what I love to play. Okay, catch you next time. Love, Mike.